we can take it right now.
This place is rather gloomy.
Why don't you lighten the mood for us while we're here then?
I'll see what I can do.
Little help!
Take this! Resonate with the earth! The
Hurricane strike!
Take this! Bloody howling! I'm not done!
Insects should stay on the ground. Here I
You're
come!
finished!
Hurricane
Mirage!
strike! Far enough!
It got fired!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it!
All yours!
In here!
Resonate with the
This
earth!
one's mine!
Stalagmite! You're mine!
Yeah! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Resonate with the earth!
Double
Leading you
You're mine! I'm not done! Take this! I'm not done! Mirage! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Looks like it could be worth something.
I'll clear the way through! I got your back!
I'm ready! Not on my watch!
Another incantation ruined.
No further!
Like action, you got
This
company!
one's all mine!
In here!
The enemy wields arts too.
You'll soon see about that!
I'm not done!
Where are you going?
Behold! The earth pulse! Tectonic vision! Shield and fate! What the hell is going on?
Fall back, Alphen. We'll take point here. Going in.
Let me free you of your Totally! In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed wall.
Denied!
Here I come!
Benediction light.
Crush! Heal! Take this! No escape!
Purge malevolence!
Crush!
Hurricane waterfall!
Rising water!
Going in. Hurricane strike! Air thrust!
Double demon! I'm ready! Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
We won that by a mile!
Is the blazing sword okay?
A little water's not going to hurt it. I've got a really bad feeling about this!
I'll smash you! I'll take you all on! Pierce through!
Hurricane strike!
Look
Far beyond the
Double
darkest
demon
sky!
fang!
Hurricane party!
Double demon fang! Burn in hell!
Ready!
Astral arts?
That's my cue!
Shut him down! I'm not done!
Going in!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Remove!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
Double demon fang! Double demon fang! No further! You're mine! Rising up!
Too much to
Double
handle?
demon fang! I'll grind you into
Make it break!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Benediction light.
Double demon fang!
Hurricane strike! Rain down!
Thanks!
I'm practically unstoppable.
Heroes! You're mine!
I shall ensure you survive this.
Negative
Dance in the wind!
Eat dirt!
These things really get on my nerves.
Here I come!
Hold on to your arms. Here I
Make it
come.
rain! In an instant! Impact block! I've still got a ways to go.
Do my best!
Take this!
Made one.
It's
Come
on!
forth, the healing of the fury!
You're finished!
Rending you apart.
Burn in hell! That buzzing is driving you now!
This one's mine!
Negative
ST airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
Here I come!
Seal! This one's mine! I'll be
I'm not
taking
done.
this one. Go in! You go!
Sonic thrust!
Make it rain!
You make quick work of them.
I have plenty of tricks up my sleeve, young lady.
This one's
I hope to see them sometime.
Sonic thrust!
Bloody howling. Like we're gonna lose to small fry.
We're in for a long slog with this one!
Can't get out of this!
No escape!
Going in!
The flame inside me yearns to
Resonate with the earth!
Flaming meteor!
Ignite!
In
Through!
here!
Double demon fang!
Get on fire, meteor! Dance in the wind!
Negative gate!
Too much to handle? Now!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
No
Double demon fang! I've been hit with something! Ignite!
Even a master has his limits. No feeling so great.
Please now.
Double demon fang!
Make it rain!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix
Cyclone!
Cyclone!
Did it!
Yeah! Nice technique!
You're mine!
Dance on the
Double
wind!
demon fang!
Look sharp!
You apart!
Take this! No escape!
Standing
Rising Wyvern!
Expert coming through!
Now,
Make it rain!
This ends now!
consider yourself finished!
One extra energy!
Rising Wyvern!
Heal.
All right. Don't get complacent.
What's this thing? This one will be difficult to forget.
Eat dirt! Double demon fang! Double demon fang!
One's mine!
Flying free. Why can't they just sit still?
Sia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Oh! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Double demon fang! You picked the wrong fight!
I never miss!
This one's mine!
Take this.
Double demon fang!
I'll smash you.
Sonic thrust!
To me!
Sonic thrust!
I'm ready.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Illuminate the dark!
Double demon fang!
Going in!
Heal.
Holy land!
Step back. This one's all law.
It's no ordinary enemy I see over there.
Brace yourself! This one's tough!
Denied!
They're all coming after me.
I'm coming, Manuel!
I'm not scared.
I shall ensure you survive this.
I'm knocked up!
Hurricane Fire!
The flames will roar.
This one's mine!
Burning
Got fire!
I got this. Let a marksman handle it.
Hurricane!
All yours!
Hurricane
Double demon
This
face!
one's mine!
Stalagmite!
Hurricane Strike! You made me angry! That was a bad idea! This one's mine! Hurricane Strike!
Sonic
Far
thrust!
beyond the darkest skies.
Resonate with the earth!
Smash you!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Molotov!
Double demon face!
I think we can get through this.
Don't let up until it's over!
Who said anything about letting off? This one's mine!
Ignite!
Nothing gets by me!
Pierce through! Sonic thrust!
Now.
Double me! In an instant!
Impact Frost!
We work well together, like a finely timed walk.
Demon stop! Pierce through! Sonic thrust!
With this, I can become even stronger.
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
You can never be too prepared, but... Done. This is sure to give the...
Ah, Calaglia. Feels like it's been ages.
And wasn't Zephyr with us too?
Dad.
Hey, chin up! Everyone around here looks so much happier than...
I'll say. Feel...
Zephyr would have been so happy to see this.
Yeah, he really would have. Something bothering you, Law?
Nah, I abandoned my home. What's important is that it's free. I get that, I do. I just...
Oh, just one thing after another, and it all falls on my head to...
Hey, Nath.
What? Can't you see I'm... Alphen?
Looks like you have your hands full.
As much as ever. As if I wasn't busy enough putting down the last remnants of Renan rule, I'm up to my ears in Dahnan disputes. And then, to top it all off, that thing had to come crashing down from out of the sky.
Pretty sure we've heard this somewhere before.
But enough about my problems. What can I help you with?
Yeah, we're looking for an old Renan starship. You wouldn't happen to know any around these parts, would you?
A starship? What do you need one of those for?
To get to Lenegis.
Lenegis? Are you out of your damn mind?
Believe it or not, it wouldn't be the craziest thing we've done recently.
Oh, I believe it. Well, either way, I'm afraid I haven't heard anything about a starship.
Then do you have any historical records by chance?
Sure, we've got stacks of old records.
Mind if we take a look at them?
Yeah, okay.
Thanks, Nath.
I read through all of the records, but I only found a single line that might point to what we're looking for. It mentions a rock that shot across the sky and landed past the mountains. The event was recorded just before the first Renan invasion.
And you think that might be the starship?
I don't know. There was nothing else in the records that came even close. It looked like it was someplace called Berg, but maybe I'm reading it wrong.
Berg?
That ring any bells for you?
Yeah, that's one of the biggest volcanoes in Calaglia. I was just there recently, investigating a report of a meteor someone saw.
Another meteor in the same area? Really?
I wonder if it could have been one of those lights that shot out of the wedge.
All the more reason to check it out. Can you tell us how to get there?
The old Zion mine is up that way. One of the veins we abandoned connects to the volcano. Go ahead and use that. But you should be careful.
Huh?
I don't know if it has anything to do with the meteor. There's a giant Zoogle running riot in there. Never seen anything like it.
A Zoogle, huh?
I turned back as soon as I caught sight of the thing, so I can't... All right.
I guess...
Right.
I didn't like the sound of that monster name.
Everything okay with Hootle, Rinwell? He seems kinda out of spirits.
It must be the heat getting to him. We don't get these kind of temperatures back in Cyslodia.
Galaglians born and raised here struggle with it too.
Aha! So that's why his plumage is so white. He was born in a...
Actually, Dan and owls absorb the astral energy of whatever land they're raised in. Where they're born doesn't affect their appearance at all. But that's not why he's white. The real reason is that he's still just a baby. Whew!
You mean their plumage changes color depending on where they grow up? Weird.
And with all this traveling we've been doing, it wouldn't surprise me if his wings ended up looking like a colorful painting.
I think he suits his snowy complexion. It'll feel strange to see him change.
How awesome would it be if his head and wings were different colors? And his stomach and sides, like a map of our travels! Ow, lay off, will ya? So much for the heat making him docile!
You've only yourself to blame for that one. Hootle takes pride in his appearance, you know.
Fascinating. An appreciation of aesthetic beauty in an owlet so young.
Dohalim, I think you've drawn his attention.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
Everybody okay?
We're all right, Alphen. Seriously? Is this a joke? Everyone still in one piece?
Yep. I barely worked up a sweat.
Seriously? Is this a joke? Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
It's quite hot here. The climb...
Little help!
Pierce through!
Barely a blip on our radar.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
So we're back in the Zion Mine tunnels. Who would have thought we'd be going through this place again? This is where you and I first fought together.
And also the first time we touched, as I recall.
Wait, really?
Yes, really.
Let's see what you've got.
Guardian, I call upon thee!
Everybody okay?
We're all right, Alphen.
A comfortable win.
So this path is supposed to take us out to Berg Volcano?
We're not gonna see any lava burst out in front of us or anything, are we?
Don't get so paranoid you let a rock fall on your head, Law. Ugh, so hot.
Well, yeah. We've reached the inner portion of Berg Volcano.
We need to find that starship. And fast!
I'll do my best!
Here I come!
Not on my watch! Or still!
It's over!
Illuminate the dark!
You're mine!
Holy Light, it's a duel of the outlaws!
Pierce through!
Hurricane! Take it right!
Someone! Commander of Heavens!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Did it!
Yeah! Nice technique!
Here I come! Blue escape! It's over! Mirage!
Going in!
Double Zeta!
I wonder if we can make new weapons with this.
Right, here goes! You're mine! Burn! Can you take it through?
Lightning
Take
orb!
this! I'll face you!
Lightning
Through! Are those rockets? Take this!
Illuminate the dark!
Pierce through!
Holy the flashing parts are weak points!
Get behind me!
Take this! It's almost too strong! Then I'll split it open! Be my guest!
Illuminate the dark!
Go
Your blade moves like silk.
That's when my instincts take over.
How fascinating.
Going in.
It's over! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Double Demon Fang!
Negative gate. This one's mine.
Lightning Orb! Banana, let's go!
Flag assault.
Mirage!
Leave the enemy's arc to me!
Burn up. Make it rain.
No complaints!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Ugh.
This one's all mine!
No thought shall break this
Good shot.
No escape!
Begin.
Mirage! Sonic Thrust!
on the wind.
Pierce through!
Holy Lance!
Sonic Thrust!
Feel that
through.
rain.
Now!
Trigger!
Astral Energy!
Say no more!
We can really make weapons with this?
I found some equipment.
Let me take a look at it.
Let's see what you've got.
Harvester, come through!
Strike!
Confiscated! Here
No
goes!
escape! Rising Wyvern!
Gale Force!
Mirage!
It's
Pierce
showtime!
through! Sonic Thrust! Pierce through! Sonic
Make it rain.
Thrust! In an instant! Impact Cross! We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
Double Demon Fang!
An
Astral art?
That's my
Demon
cue!
Fang! Shut him down! Here I come! No escape!
Now!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Step back, this one's all law.
I'll do my best.
Come and face me! Burn!
I never miss!
I'll smash you!
I'm not
Don't
done!
mind if I do! You have to aim for the bright area on their back!
Hurricane foot.
Take this! Flying freaks! Why can't they just sit still?
Sia,
handle it.
can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done! More where that came from! Going in!
No armor! Stop me!
Remind me to stay on your good side.
Flame inside me, yours to be let free! I'm not
Tiger
done!
blade.
I'm not! Double Demon Fang!
Showtime!
Burn in hell!
I'll stop its charge.
Thanks, Kisara! If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Double Demon Fang! I owe you one!
Where are you going?
Double Demon Fang!
Hurricane strike.
Pierce
Hold
through!
on. I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare the Malisa.
Double Demon Fang!
I'm ready.
Astral Energy!
Say no more! That astral energy was incredible!
I gave it everything I had!
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
This one's all mine. Strike! Not dead! Here I go! I'm not done!
If it cools off,
Time to get out of the way.
this!
Double Demon Fang!
Freeze, Lancer! Glad you have your use
This one's not far enough. I'll show you how useful I can be.
Fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Pierce through!
This one's mine.
Dance in the wind!
Lightning meteor.
Pierce through!
Whirling
Sonic thrust!
Elusive deity.
Here I come!
Rotating
Lunar mark.
Double Demon Fang!
Dance in the wind!
Can you take it?
I'm ready.
I got astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
Lightning meteor.
It's on!
Lightning orb!
Seems about right to me.
You can make plants grow instantly? What if we use this for fruits and vegetables?
I'd rather not be our party's fertilizer. Thank you very much.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Illuminate the dark! Not in your dreams!
No escape!
This one's mine.
No escape!
I can handle it.
Here I come! Mirage! Pierce through!
Lightning orb!
Pesky airborne scoundrel.
Sounds like a job for yours truly! Now!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed wall.
Double Demon Fang! Here I
Leave the
come!
enemy's arc to me!
I'm ready! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Barely a blip on our radar.
That's far enough.
Take this!
This one won't save you.
I'm not done! Pierce through!
Piercing roar.
Sonic thrust!
Decapitate. Calls out.
Here I
Here
come!
goes!
Eat dirt! Pierce through! Here I come!
The enemy's arm are strong.
You'll soon see about that!
Be my guest! Here I come!
Rotating
Meteor.
Here I come! Here I come!
Shooting star!
Elusive deity!
Air
Demon
blast!
Fang!
Light action!
No further!
I think we can get through this.
Don't let up until it's over!
Who said anything about letting off? Demon
That's
Head.
it!
Legend 12! Celestial energy!
Double Demon Fang!
Hurricane
You're
Blast.
mine! Rising
one's
Lightning!
Oh, sparkling stars of light! Rain down and purify all!
Negative Demon Fang!
Make it red.
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone.
I'm practically unstoppable.
My face is starting to sting, and my throat feels super parched.
Here, have some water. Just make sure you don't drink too much.
Thanks.
You want some too, Shion? Oh, wait.
Out of my way. Look sharp.
Here I come! It's on!
I'll throw you into dust. Hurricane down on the wind.
Illuminate the
The
dark!
bigger they are,
It
the
looks like
harder
you
they
got
fall.
it!
The
The flashing parts are weak points!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
Was that a new skill I saw back there?
Indeed. Well, sort of. Actually, it's a family staple harkening back 8 generations.
Maybe you can just write all this down?
Discourteous, aren't you?
Take this! Shattering
Like moths to the flame.
Attack us!
Blaze of fire!
Here I come!
Your hide is thick as armor.
Mirage! You're finished! This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for.
Burn!
Get behind me!
Done! I'll leave it to you!
Far enough!
No escape! No further! Sonic Thrust! Rising Wyvern! Down on the ground!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
Hurricane Strike!
Let the marksman handle this.
Double Demon Fang!
Down on the ground!
Demon Fire Tiger! Take this! Tornado Drive! Escape! Mirage! Pierce through! I'm not done! I'm ready! In an instant! Impact Frost!
This calls for a celebratory drink.
I'm not done! Ignite!
Get behind me!
Sonic Thrust! Try harder! My turn!
Tiger Blade! Armor won't save you!
I'm not
Exploit
done!
the enemy's weakness.
Where are you going?
Look sharp!
No further! Pierce through! Sonic Thrust!
This one's mine!
Pierce through!
Green hate blood.
Double Demon Fang! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Oh! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Double Demon!
Denied! Enough! Down on the
Take this!
Hurricane Dream!
Sonic Thrust!
Look sharp!
Rising Wyvern! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Benediction light.
Double Demon Fang! Heal! Now it's left!
Blazing Meteor!
Rising Wyvern! Double! In an instant! Impact Frost!
Step back! This one's all law! We got some good equipment!
I can't say its appearance is to my tastes, personally. Retreat if you know what's good for you.
I can carve through all!
Sonic
Here,
Thrust!
let me
You
help.
picked the wrong fight! Sonic
Elusive
Thrust!
deity! It's time!
Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Here I come!
I call upon
Sonic
thee!
Thrust!
Take this!
Strike!
Glacial Fire!
You're finished!
Look sharp!
Shooting star!
Mirage!
Lightning condemned!
Sonic Thrust!
Rotating
Pierce
fire!
through!
Unguard!
Rising Wyvern!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Mirage!
Hurricane
Strike!
Strike!
Sonic
Unguard!
Thrust! Penumbra! Strike!
Nothing gets by you!
Double Demon Fang!
Here goes!
Double Demon Fang!
Illuminate the
Glacial
sun!
Fire!
Elusive deity! Through armor!
Strike!
Holy
Soaring
Blast!
Blast! No escape! Mirage! I'm not
Down
done!
on the ground!
Now!
Doubly! In an instant! Impact Frost! Together, there is nothing that can stop us.
Indeed. As one, we are unrivaled.
And that is our greatest strength.
Discourteous, aren't you?
You're mine! I'm not done!
That is
It's
your
on!
dream!
Mirage!
Take it!
No escape! Pierce through!
It's
Sonic
showtime!
Thrust! Pierce through!
Meteor!
Double
Make it
Demon
rain!
Law! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Purge Malevolent!
Double Demon Fang!
Waterfall! Hold on to your
You're
heart.
mine!
Here I come!
Double Demon Fang!
A whirling struggle. Negative change.
Winds of
Anything in
heaven.
armor is all mine.
Now!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone.
Easy peasy. Ha Hoodle.
Out of my way.
Take it!
Flames you
Burn!
I can carve through armor. Denied.
Take it!
I'll be saving this one.
No further!
I never miss.
Aim for the weak spot!
Flaming meteor.
you!
Make it rain.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Dance in the wind.
Double Demon Fang!
Air thrust.
Hurricane
Whirling struggle.
Double Demon Fang! Take it!
First force.
Showtime. Look sharp.
Here I come! New escape!
You're
on!
Make it rain.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Hold up. Is this as valuable as I think it is?
Guess I misread the landing. Discourteous, aren't
You're
you?
mine!
I can carve through armor.
This one's all mine! Pierce through!
Blaze so far.
Take it! Ignite!
That's mine. You with a shot.
I'll take you all off!
Now! Astral energy.
Say no more! Got it!
Well done.
Double Demon Fang!
Mine.
Now or never! Next!
Can't get out of this. This one's mine.
Double Demon Fang!
Hurricane
Raging
down on the
storm.
ground. Going in.
Celestial
Ready and ready.
Now.
Still!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
Any injuries?
Out of my way.
Illuminate the
I'll face you.
Sonic Thrust! Pierce through!
Begin. Nothing to
Double
defy
Demon
me.
Fang! Rising Wyvern!
Demon Lash.
Aim for the tornado drive!
Use this weak point to
Sonic
take it
Kisara!
down.
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone. Everyone still in one piece?
Yep. I barely worked up a sweat.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
Not in your dreams.
No escape!
Stay calm. I shall provide assistance.
Eat this!
I'll smash you.
This one's all mine!
I never miss. Primed and ready.
Burn!
This one's mine.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Double Demon Fang!
Rending you apart.
Sonic Thrust! Here I come!
Stalagmite.
No escape!
Rending you apart.
It's over! Double Demon Fang! I'm not done! I'm not done!
I'm gone.
Here I come!
Take
No
this.
escape!
Take this.
You're finished! Now!
In an instant!
Impact Claw! Don't get complacent.
Callous. Calcified.
This bridge will hold itself together, right?
Most definitely. Though I won't make any promises.
Which one is it?
Crazy to see rocks melt before our eyes.
Watch where you're going, everyone. If you fall, there will be nothing left of you.
Exactly. So don't try anything funny. Especially...
I didn't know you had that sort of trick up your sleeve, Dohalim. I would have figured rocks and plants would be too different for you to handle both.
Not necessarily. Both of them contain Earth astral energy. Luckily for me.
No further! Strike!
Hurricane strike!
Try hard, my turn!
Ready and ready!
I'll smash you! Engulf you! Bathed in blood, rending you picked the wrong fight! Double
I'm
ready!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
Double demon fang!
Go
Try harder! My turn!
Raging cascade!
Crush!
Nothing gets by me! Denied!
Blah blah blah!
Miran! I'm not done! Rising Wyvern! You're finished!
Take this!
Double demon fang! Let's go! Pierce through!
Make it rain!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Far beyond the darkest
Double
sky!
demon fang!
I call upon thee!
Elusive
This
deity! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet and...
I've been doing really great lately.
Gotta break through! It's time!
Shield
Take it! Carve through armor! Pierce through!
time to shine!
Double demon fang! Aim for the weak spot! Burn!
Astral energy!
Hurricane strike!
Alright, it's
Look sharp.
showtime!
Sonic thrust! I'm not done!
Ready and raring!
I'm ready! instant! Impact block! We work well together. Double finely timed block.
Can't be my expert coming through!
Take this! Rising Wyvern! No escape! Mirage! I'm not done! Rising Wyvern!
To me.
Now!
Grimmer!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize. Seriously? Is this a joke?
Let's go! Energy!
Eat this! Pierce through! Down on the ground! Strike! Here's your mind!
For the weak point.
Mirage! Double demon fang!
Raging storm!
Far enough!
Pierce through! Rising Wyvern! It's wide open!
Won't escape me.
Double demon!
Ready and quick! Look sharp!
It's over! I'm not done! Mirage!
Down on the ground. I'll face you.
Here I come!
Make it right!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
To achieve such harmony,
Takes a singular will.
What the hell is that thing?
Probably that monster Nath warned us about, if I had to guess.
Do you think this might have been where one of those lights that shot out of the wedge landed?
but why this location? If the purpose of the wedge is to harvest Dana's astral energy.
We can figure that out later. If that thing gets into town, it's going to cause chaos. We need to take it down and move on. Let's go! This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
Here it comes! Focus!
On your toes, everyone!
Suddenly turning tail doesn't seem so ridiculous.
Why? Are you scared?
Me? Are you?
Do you even have to ask? Of course I'm scared!
Focus up before we become that thing's lunch.
It's summoning Zoogles? Take care of them while keeping an eye on it! Leave now.
Mirage! Sonic thrust! Not today!
Boulder won't save you!
Take this!
In here!
Take this!
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara!
Sonic thrust! Pierce through! Strike! I'm not done! Rising Wyvern! Here I come! No escape! Mirage! Double Demon Fang!
A whirling struggle!
Double Demon Fang!
Take this!
I'm not done! Rising Wyvern! No escape! Mirage! You're mine!
My head's spinning just watching you!
Here I come! No escape! Rising Wyvern! Here I come! Mirage! Double Demon Fang!
Bring it, Meteor! Pierce Laser
Double
There you
Demon
go!
Fang!
Don't let up!
Tiger Blade! Hurricane Strike!
Double Demon Fang!
Look down! You're on!
Take this!
Now you see what I can do!
Laser
Air thrust!
Try harder! Not a chance!
Tiger Blade!
Lewis, try harder! My turn! You're mine! Mirage!
Denied!
Deity!
Pierce through! Rising Wiper! Mirage!
Raging storm!
Double Demon Fang!
In a bind?
Take this!
Hurricane Strike!
Lightning
Double
control!
Demon Fang!
Thunderblade!
Use its weak point to take it down.
Tiger Blade! All together!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Did it!
Yeah! Nice technique!
You're mine!
You made me angry! That was a bad idea!
Demon Fang!
How about this?
Rotating pile
Piercing
Here!
Great.
Guardian Field!
Double Demon
Let
Fang!
me out!
Raging storm! Up and
Take
at
it!
'em! Let's go! Take that!
Mirage!
Illuminate the
Double Demon
top!
Fang!
This one's more! This one's
The
more!
fluidity of your movement is simply incredible.
I'm ready! Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Ugh.
Here come more!
We'll just have to keep fighting.
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
Alright!
Double Demon Fang!
Meteor!
Lightning orb!
Burn in hell!
Raging cascade!
Pierce through!
Fresh!
Double
Now!
Demon! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Illuminate the sun!
Now!
Come
You're
forth, holy
mine!
glimmer!
I'm not done!
Holy land! Don't mind if I do! Art expert coming through!
You're mine! I'm
Raging
not done!
storm!
We did not
Where
kill!
that came from!
I'm not done!
Pierce through! Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
Double Demon Fang! I could do without this pain! Ah! Double Demon Fang!
Here!
Oh, too shy to come over? Here, let me help. Reinforcements incoming!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Double Demon Fang!
Confiscated! Hold on to your art!
You're
Here I
mine!
come!
Rising Wiper!
Hurricane
Raging storm!
Ah! Not today!
Banana, let's go!
I'll smash you!
Where are you going?
Here goes Steel Hammer!
Florida!
You escape!
Razor Cyclone! Don't mind if I do! Ready!
Hurricane
Mirage!
Strike!
Down on the ground.
Going in!
Take this!
Thunder Field!
No escape! You're mine!
Hurricane
No
Strike!
escape!
They're all
I'm
coming
not
after
done.
me!
I'm coming!
I'm not scared! I'm totally fine!
Sonic Thrust! It's wide open!
It looks like you've got this one covered! What the?
You're on!
Shield and their arcs are interrupted!
Air
Double Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Primed and ready!
I'm not done! I owe you one!
Here
No
I come.
further! Double
Anything in arm
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Double Demon Fang!
Not on my watch!
I'm ready!
Here I
We're
come!
good to go!
Sonic Thrust!
Tiger
Pierce
Blade!
through!
Now!
Sonic Katana! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
A whirling struggle!
Not a chance!
Wind
Strike!
heaven!
You're on! Take this! I'm not done! This one's all mine!
Air thrust!
Here I come!
Please focus!
Another incantation ruined.
It's about to strike!
Look sharp, everyone!
Everyone all right?
We won't surrender. We won't retreat, not yet.
Whatever you do, just please stay safe.
I've healed myself.
How are we supposed to take on something so big?
I'll handle it.
Alphen!
That's enough! Go back down!
Everyone okay?
Yeah, I think so.
That thing scared the pants off me.
It felt like it had a different aura than other Zeugles, didn't it?
Yeah. It wasn't like the one that Almadria sicked on us either.
Its elemental astral energy variance was out of this world. It was like fighting a lord.
I guess it's safe to assume that if it came out of the wedge, it must have played some part in helping harvest astral energy. But what?
Perhaps a living spirit vessel? It's plausible, given the location. Or it may be part of a new force dispatched to regain control of Dana.
If we assume that monster was one of the 4 beams of light, we must have prevented something from taking place here.
I'd like to think so, knowing how much grief it gave us. But at least with that out of the way, we can keep moving forward now. Let's go.
I've still got a ways to go!
Hey, is that it over there?
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
Alphen?
Did you remember something?
No, but I have seen this starship before. This is it. This is the ship I traveled in when I escaped from Lenegis.
Three centuries later, and it's no worse for wear. I'll take a look at the internals.
Damn! I'm amazed it still works at all after all this time.
The past meets the present. I really am from a different time and place.
Yeah, but you've got us now, Alphen.
Not only that, but you've helped out so many people, too.
Law's right. Rinwell too. You're one of us now. No more carrying the weight of history on your shoulders. You're a part of this world.
Right. Thanks, you guys.
How's it look?
It should fly. All internal systems seem to be operating. However, considering how long it's remained inactive, I suspect it will take some time before it's ready for takeoff.
How much time are we talking here?
Starship mechanics are not what I'd call my forte, so I'd rather not hazard a guess.
So we've just got to sit around here and wait? I'm terrible at waiting.
That's because you're a child. Oh, but how about we use this time to prepare and gather supplies for the trip?
Good idea. Who knows when we'll be back from Lenegis once we leave. We should prepare ourselves for every possible scenario before we go.
Let's try not to stay away too long. I'd hate for anything to happen to the place while we're gone.
Either we race ahead, or we take due precaution to ensure we have no regrets. I shall leave it up to you as to how we proceed, Alphen.
Works for me.
It's funny, isn't it?
What is?
All this. When we first started this thing, did you ever imagine we'd be going to Lenegis? After all, this is the sort of thing I was rebelling against when I ran away from home, right?
I'm sure Zephyr would be proud if he knew what his son was doing right now.
And a little shocked, too.
We're defying the order of things that have persisted for 300 years. Deep down, I knew our journey would lead to confronting Lenegis.
Yeah, you maybe, but you're a Renan. The rest of us can barely even picture what it means to leave Dana.
No offense to Shion and Dohalim, but it's worth remembering we're heading into enemy territory.
No offense taken, and this is no picnic for me either.
Remember, our aim is to ensure that both Lenegis and the Renan homeworld leave Dana alone for good. I don't think we'll be able to avoid a fight.
Is there no way we can talk them into leaving us alone?
The people of Lenegis?
Sure. I mean, we found a way to make it work with Xion and Dohalim, right? And it's not just us. If places like Menancia can do it, then why can't we?
Because there are still many of my kind who believe it was right and natural that Rena reigns over Dana. There are those on Lenegis who have never stepped foot on Dana. I doubt whether they'd even listen to Danans.
Look, none of us want to fight. But these are the same people who fired that wedge down on Dana. What happens next is on them.
Right. We're not going to sit back and wait for them to oppress us again.
Right.
Don't forget, there's also a good chance the Red Woman is somewhere on Lenegis.
That's right. If we can... Xion? Huh?
Where? Xion? Where'd Xion go? How could she just go off on her own? Xion. Xion! It's your thorns? But why? You okay? Just now, it looked like you used your maiden powers to suppress your thorns. You can really do that?
Stay out of my way.
Wait a second. Are you planning to go alone?
Shut up!
Why would you do this?
I told you to shut up!
I won't let you.
I mean it.
I refuse to let you.
I won't tell you again. Move or I'll shoot.
If that's the case, then go ahead and shoot me!
Do you remember back when I was stabbed? By Volron?
Yeah. I thought for sure that he had killed you back there.
That wasn't the first time.
Huh?
The first time was when I was only a child. After that, no matter how often, I just couldn't die.
Couldn't die? So you're immortal? How's that even...
I believe you, Xion. But tell me how is something like that possible?
My thorns. They're me, but at the same time not. They're part of me. I have no idea why, but my thorns will never let me die. At least not before I'm meant to.
You can't die before your death?
When my thorns free themselves, it will be my death. I've seen it. A darkness that swallows up everything until nothing remains. It's a vision of oblivion I can't escape. I want to believe it's all just a bad dream. But no matter what I tell myself, I know it's not.
Yeah, but you... Wait. The whole reason you needed the Renaissalma was to get rid of your thorns, right?
If I burn away what's inside, then what will happen to the rest of me? Right. Either way you look at it, I'm going to die. But if I am going to die, I figure I can at least take my thorns out with me. That's what I've been after this whole time.
That's why you turned your back on your fellow Renans and chose to fight with us, isn't it? And while we've all been fighting to keep on living, you have been with us fighting desperately to die.
That was the plan. But then I met all of you. And before I knew it, I didn't want to die anymore.
Shionne, don't lose hope yet. We'll find a way to save you. There's still time to.
It's pointless.
Why?
Because the darkness won't just consume me. The truth is, it will consume all of existence as well. It was only a suspicion at first, but ever since the Red Woman triggered my maiden powers, I've been more certain than ever before. It was then that I finally came to realize my powers were holding my thorns in check the entire time. But they don't anymore. Not since Lenegis, when the wedge fell. Every day, I feel the thorn's power growing stronger inside of me. Pretty soon, I won't be able to hold them back anymore. And when that happens,
They will consume all existence.
And that's why you wanted to leave by yourself. You planned to find the Renaissalma on your own and sacrifice yourself to stop the thorns.
But that's... too much. It's way too much.
when this all began, I didn't care what happened to me or anyone else. And what happened to the Renans or the Dahnans didn't matter to me at all. I know I have to die, but I don't want to. Not now that I have this. I wish we had never met. Then I wouldn't have to feel this way.
Shionne!
Kelvin?
Living for the sake of dying is no better than being a slave. How can you endure this?
Kelvin.
It's not fair. I don't care what anybody says. I won't let it happen. We can fight this. Fight until the end together. Isn't that what you said to me before?
Even if it should mean that it'll be the end of everything else, too?
Shionne, what do you want? It's your decision, ultimately. But if you decide not to fight fate, I will. Even if I have to do it alone.
No, you won't be alone. I'll fight as well.
Count me in as well. I want to be a force for good, not hate.
And me too. I meant it with all of my heart when I told you before. Neither of you are alone in this at all.
You guys...
And I, for one, don't believe this venture is without hope.
Huh?
Shion is the descendant of a maiden from 300 years ago. Given the circumstances, it seems very likely that those events have some connection to her thorns. The true nature of which, I imagine we will discover as we make our way to Lenegis and uncover the truth of what's unfolding here.
I take it you mean we might find a way to get rid of her thorns and she'll live?
It's certainly possible. Though I suspect the nature of the Sovereign is connected somehow.
So be it. I've already lost everything I had once. And I won't let it happen again. Shion. No matter what happens from now on, we're right here with you. All of us are. You are not alone.
You guys... You're all so stubborn. Thank you, everyone. For right now, in a little while longer, I just want to hold on to this dream. And most of all, more than anything else, I want to be with all of you. So let's go. On to Lenegis.
The end of the world.
I believe Shion is...
As a friend, yes. I want to... Still, it's hard to fathom something that could usher outright...
No, I understand.
We have so many pieces of the puzzle in our...
So where do her thorns...
Well,
How you holding up?
Can't sleep?
After everything we just heard,
Fair enough.
Shion's had to deal with so much on her own. Even when I thought she was keeping her distance because of her thorns. I just figured that was the type, but it turned out to be none of that. All this...
I know.
She was so alone this entire time. How could I...
I'm sure it made her happy.
You really think...
Yeah, I do. If she didn't think of us as friends, you were a good friend to her before.
Yeah, I really hope so. When you think about it, we were all alone in our own way, but over time, we've all found ways to let each other into our lives. I hope Shion's able to do that one day too. No, I mean, I hope she's able to do that. I think it'd be really nice if we could all just be there to support...
Rinwell.
Did you know?
You mean about... Hey, you doing all right?
I seem to cause nothing but worry, as much as I try to look like I have the...
You're not the only one.
Hey, do you That's okay. It came so naturally to you. I was different back then. The Dahnans were not even people to me. But in that room with Deadheim, when you called me your friend, because until that moment, I thought of you as a way to use the blazing sword. But after that day, one time became two, And before I knew, it didn't matter that we were Renans. Then, everyone else started to call me their friend too. To think of me as their friend. Before, I didn't want to die and lose you all. But I also...
Shionne.
But then, I realized... I'd only really been thinking of my... Don't worry, it's okay. I've met too many people alone, so I'll fight. For Dana and for myself. I don't know how we're going to do...
It's going to be a long, hard road, but I swear I'll be there with you.
Thank you.
Remember what we learned back in Calaglia? There's no wall so high that we can't break it down.
Yeah.
Everyone well rested? Then let's go. We for Lenegis. Right, here goes!
You've got a knack for battle.
I still plan on training, though.
That's what I like to hear. Well then, I should probably think about tonight's menu.
Hi, Hootle!
You're not a kid! My turn!
The heavens must be smiling.
What's on the other side of this door, anyway?
Why ask me when you can just open it and find out?
This is...
But this is...
Right.
Kisara. Oh.
Wow!
Nice one, Alphen.
Thanks. Gotta keep up with the competition.
Personally, I prefer Bologna.
finally made it.
Did we really? Just spend that much money? Is it just me, or is anyone else peckish?
think the animals back at the ranch should be all grown up by now.
We've reached our destination.
Go no further!
Going in!
Penumbra! Hold up! Is this as valuable as I think it is?
There's something in the water.
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
I'll do my best!
Your blade moves like silk.
I just let my instincts take over.
How fascinating. Over so soon?
Oh. You know, don't you think we're running a little low on food?
I get.
We've reached our destination.
Out of my way!
Here I come!
Dance in the wind!
Right here! I got it!
Going Sonic Thrust!
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor. We should be able to cook here. Where should I cast my line? There's a nice breeze here. Yeah. All right, once more from the top. This feels like a big one. This is quite the catch, if I do say so myself.
We sure hit the jackpot. That'll taste great.
We finally made it.
No choice. Here I come.
Where are you going?
I can carve through armor.
Hurricane
I'm ready. Look sharp. Lightning Tiger Blade. Double Demon Fang.
Hurricane rain down and purify.
Together, that wasn't even a problem.
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
We've reached our destination.
You're still not done fishing yet? Boring.
You need patience to fish. Now where might those fish be? Time to try a different spot. Okay, change of plans. Time to try a different spot.
What do you think about that spot?
Good idea. I'll go for that one. Okay, change of plans. All right. That's not a fish I see often.
I don't recognize that fish. Is it okay to eat?
Okay, change of plans. All right, once more from the top.
I think it's safe to rest here. Now.
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
Go no further!
Take this! You picked the wrong fight!
Well done, no great victory.
Mirage! Here I come!
Get behind me! They rush you! You gotta jump for cover, okay?
Mirage!
I thought you were going to wreck the place.
I'm not nearly finished yet.
Then I'll provide assistance however I can.
Get on
Take
board!
that!
I'll stop its charge! Thanks, Kisara!
Double Demon Fang!
Now!
Raise you up!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Great!
That's far enough!
You're mine!
No further!
Flaming meteor!
I'll face you!
Sonic Thrust!
Engulf you!
Now!
Cover me! In an instant! Impact Thrust! Together, there is nothing that can stop us.
Indeed. As one, we are unrivaled.
And that is our greatest strength. A fish! You saw it too, right?
Finally made it.
No choice!
Everlasting dark!
Burning! I'm ready!
You're mine!
Your reflexes will not serve you well.
Pierce through! Rising Weapon! Strike! Damn it! Here I come! Rising Hyper! Mirage! Sonic Thrust! Pierce!
technique.
How are your weapons?
Best not to give me any ideas. The heavens must be smiling.
Got fire!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it! Now!
All yours!
Barely a blip on our radar.
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
Take this! Pierce through! Sonic
This
thrust!
one's mine!
You picked the wrong fight!
Hurricane Strike!
Take this!
Are those arms even natural?
This one's
Demon
mine!
Fang!
Hurricane
We
Strike!
did it!
Elusive deity! Look sharp!
Hurrah!
Rotating
Take
pile
this!
driver! I'm
All
ready!
right, thrust!
Masters made
Double
mine.
Demon
Hurricane
Fang!
Strike!
Helix of Fury!
Going in!
Crush! I'm not done!
Maelstrom!
Rising Wyvern!
Purge Malevolence!
Crush!
Arctic!
Hurrah! Remote!
Astral Energy!
Say no more.
I shall ensure you survive this.
Double Demon Fang!
No further!
Too fast!
Shield and
Stand back. I'll trim it
Make it
up.
break!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Water Astral Energy!
Eat dirt!
Impressive, Gilbert.
Float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. Or so they say.
People say
Forward
that?
up!
Not on my watch!
Double Demon Fang!
Time to
Now
shine!
you see what I can do!
Hurricane
Was
Strike!
all mine! Take this!
This one's mine!
Burn!
Raising you up high!
In a bind?
Blah, blah, blah,
Going
blah.
in!
Take this!
Hurricane Strike!
Double
Going
Demon
in!
Fang! Okay, here I go!
Astral Energy!
I'm gone!
More where that came from! Proton Flash!
Down on the ground! Tornado drive!
Going
You're
in!
mine! No escape!
Switch
Sonic
off!
Thrust!
Gale Force!
You're finished! Double Demon
I'm
Fang!
gone!
Big Waterfall!
No escape!
Time to shine! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flares of Malisa! Switch to offense!
Ready and ready!
Hurricane!
Double...
I can carve through armor!
Hurricane Strike!
You're on!
There are...
Take this!
Hurricane Strike!
Double Demon Fang!
A wailing Gantia
Try
Blade!
harder! The flaming...
Divine Savior!
Not today!
This one's mine!
Whirling struggle!
You're mine!
Nothing gets by me!
Forward
Forward!
force!
It's over! Double Demon Fang!
Take this!
Sleep Hurricane Strike! I'll be Going. Let's keep up the pressure. On it now.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Charge Malevolent.
Double Demon Fang!
Waterfall. Freeze Lancer was mine. Hurricane Strike.
The flaming mind is yours to be let free!
My head's spinning. Just watch.
Double Demon Fang!
Elusive
Deity!
Blah blah blah.
Hitting Pile Driver!
Holy Land.
Rising One! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Double Demon Fang!
Now you see what I can do!
Raging Cascade.
Going in!
Take this!
Can't get out of this!
Double Demon Fang!
The flames will roar.
You're mine! Double Demon Fang!
Make it way. This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
Pesky airborne scoundrel!
Sounds like a job for you and Bruno. Thanks, Kisara. Frost and red.
No armor! Stop me! Remind me to stay on your toes.
Flaming
Armor won't save you!
Purge Malevolent. Magic is there. Sleep now.
Here I come!
Take this!
Take this!
I never know this. All right. That's my cue.
Shut him down.
If I do.
No escape!
Make your way.
Remember!
Astral energy.
Say no more.
Shut!
Well done.
Double Demon Shattering the...
All right. It's showtime.
No escape!
Let's
Rising
go.
Water!
Raging
No
Cascade.
escape! Mirage! Double Demon Fang!
Make your way. Winds of heaven. This one. Force.
Burn in hell!
Armor won't save you!
Cyclone.
Down!
Easter. Here goes. Take that.
No escape!
That'll bring you down. Make your way. Raging Cascade.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Benediction
Now!
This nothing gets by
No
me.
escape!
Tiger Blade. Hold
Mirage!
on to your art.
Make it
Here I come.
Throw them away!
Raging
Shield
Cascade.
down on the ground! Tornado drive!
Dance in the wind.
You're mine!
No further!
Feel.
No escape!
Hurricane strike.
You're
More
finished!
for the stockpile.
I'll smash you! Dance on the wind!
Going in.
Pierce through!
Fresh.
I'm ready! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone. Purge Malevolent.
Mirage!
Big
Double
waterfall.
Demon Fang! Stop!
Freeze Lancer. Dance in the
This
wind.
one's all mine!
I'll be saving my
Double
area.
Demon Fang!
Lunar. Raging Storm.
Burn!
Make it rain.
In an instant! Impact Block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz. Anything in armor is all mine!
Double Demon Fang!
A whirling struggle. Lunar. Winds of
Hitting pile driver!
Double Demon Fang!
Everlasting darkness!
Air thrust. I never miss.
I'm not done! I'm not done!
Another incantation ruined!
Double Demon Fang! You're
This
mine!
one's mine.
In a bind?
Purge Malevolent.
Struck!
Arctic waterfall.
Double
Going
Demon
here.
Fang!
Not on my watch.
Ignite!
Leave the charges to me.
Double Demon Fang!
Lightning orb.
Begin!
All right. My head's spinning. Just watch
Hitting
it.
pile driver! Tornado
Air
drive!
thrust.
Anything in armor is all mine!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
Benediction light.
Double demon fang!
I can carve through armor!
Flaming meteor! Sleep now.
Take this! Front!
Rotating over! Can't get out of this!
You're mine! Burn!
Going in.
Here I come!
Down on the ground!
Double demon fang!
Keep up the pressure!
Make it rain!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclops! Ready and roll! Begin! I'll flash you!
Pierce through!
Flying free! Why can't they just sit still? The enemy
Can you take care of them?
You'll soon see about that.
Take this!
Don't mind if I do.
I'm not done!
Charge like that will easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here.
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclops!
Get it!
Yeah! Nice technique! Switch
Sonic
topic!
thrust! Pierce through! Rising light!
Go time!
Feel.
You're on! Double demon fang!
Magic is there.
Here I
This
come!
one's mine!
Double demon!
I'll bash you into defense!
Victory is within reach.
Dig deep, and we can do this.
Press me further, little one.
Double demon fang!
This one's mine. Let's go. Now.
Still!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
Chain between. Hold on to your arc. Here I
Demon
come.
fang! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! It's on!
Can't get out of this!
Double demon fang!
Catch in the wind!
You picked the wrong fight!
I'll smash you!
Double demon fang!
Down on the ground!
Here goes mine!
A thrilling performance.
Make it rain!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Double demon fang!
Raging storm. Photon blast. Dance in the
Here I
wind.
come! I'm not done!
Negative gate!
Rising
Heaven
weapon!
and earth.
You're on!
Anything in the world!
Lightning.
I'll smash you!
Double demon fang!
Now.
In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Now.
Remember!
Astral energy.
Say no more! Double demon fang!
This one's mine!
Here's a raging
All mine! Ignite! Here I come!
between heaven and earth.
Double demon fang!
Lightning. Now.
This one's mine!
A whirling struggle.
Shattering the pieces!
Take this!
Double demon fang! This one's all mine! Ignite!
Elusive fury!
You're on!
If it's in the sky, it's mine! How about this? Let's keep up the pressure!
Dance on the wind!
Double demon fang!
Here
Here I come! Rising weapon! Double demon fang!
I'll face you!
Eat this!
Dance on the wind!
Double demon fang!
Look sharp!
Double demon fang!
Take this!
No escape! Double demon fang!
Now you see what I can do! Spinning!
Double demon fang! Double demon fang!
A wailing fury of lightning.
Look sharp!
I'm nearly done for. Benediction light.
Double demon fang!
I'm ready!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclops!
Benediction light.
Now! Take
If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Okay, here I go! Sonic Thrust! Ignite!
Here goes!
Double Demon Blade!
Rotating fire!
Now we're not...
It looks like you got this one covered. Look here!
Here I come! Double Demon Blade! I'm ready!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
This will be a delicious piece of cake! Get behind me!
I'll think no further!
Waterfall! This one's mine! Whatever you do, just stay away from the force!
I'm ready! Kisara! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclops! Did it!
Nice technique!
Victory is within reach.
Dig deep, and we can do this!
Looking fearsome, Rinwell.
You must be rubbing off on me.
Let's kick some ass, kid.
I'm ready!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Charge Malevolence!
Everlasting dawn!
Arcade
Here I
Waterfall!
come! Negative Rising Wyvern! No escape!
Get you all tucked away!
Mirage! I'm not done! I'm ready to come out!
Astral Energy!
Say no more.
Double
Leave
Demon
the enemy's arcs to me!
No complaints here!
Not in your dreams!
Pierce through!
Look
This
now!
one's all mine! Now! Take this! Double Demon Blade! No escape!
This one's mine.
Double Demon Blade! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Chain between heaven
Double
and earth!
Demon Fang!
A wailing banshee of lightning!
Primed and ready. This one's mine.
Soaring glide!
Dance in the wind!
Make it rain!
Astral Energy!
Say no more.
Double Demon Fang! Burn in hell!
Shining Supernova!
Now you see what I can do!
Dance in the wind!
Where are you going?
I'm ready!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Can you take it?
Radiant Storm! Hold on to your arc! Here I come!
Far enough!
Here I come! Double Demon Fang!
Gale
This
Force!
one's all
Blaze
mine!
on fire! Tiger Blade!
Ignite!
Lion Tower!
Pierce through! You're mine! No escape! Take this!
Illuminate the storm! Come forth,
Can't get out of
Holy
this!
Glimmer!
Sonic Thrust!
Holy Land!
Take this!
Look sharp!
Hold nothing back!
Far beyond
I'm not
the
ready and
dark
ready!
side.
Double Demon Fang!
Armor won't save you! Heal!
Okay, here I go!
Hurricane
Double Demon
Strike!
Fang!
Begin!
On guard!
Double Demon Fang!
This one's mine!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Benediction light. Thou art being
Raging Storm!
I'm not done! It's on!
Sonic
Thrust! Pierce through! Pierce through!
Look sharp! Ready to go!
benediction,
I'm ready! Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
benediction light.
Hurricane Strike!
Double Demon Fang!
Gale Force! Alright, it's up! A chain between heaven
Not
and
today!
earth!
Hurricane Strike!
A wailing banshee of lightning!
I'm not done!
How do you like
They
being
smite with
pounded
black
into
flame.
shape?
Ha!
Take this!
Double
Now you see what I can do!
Lunar Arc! My head's spinning here! What?
Rising Light!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malisa!
Benediction.
Double Demon Fang!
Illuminate the dark! Come forth, Holy Glimmer! Holy Land!
Going in!
A chain between heaven and earth!
This one's
A
mine!
wailing banshee of
Your
lightning!
fist!
Benediction light.
Divine Savior!
Blaze on fire!
Mirage!
Tiger Blade!
Sonic
Now!
Thrust! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Double Demon Fang! Take this! I'm not... This one's gonna be tough! You're mine! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! I'm not done! It's over! Double Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! Rising Wyvern! I'm not done! Mirage! I'm not done! Burn in hell! Double Demon Fang! You're mine! I'm not done! Double Demon Fang! Rising Wyvern! Here I come! No escape! Take this! Strike! Mirage! No escape! Rising Wyvern! You're finished! Mirage! Double Demon Fang! Try harder! You're mine! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Strike! You're mine! Mirage! Double Demon Fang! Come one, come all! Double Demon Fang! Burn! Take this! Rising Wyvern! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Double Demon Fang! It's too much! Double Demon! I can't move!
I'll take out the legs with my shield. Look sharp. Huh. Far enough. Look sharp. Plenty left. Lunar Arc. Going in. Plenty left. Tiger Blade. Switch to offense. On guard. Huh. Lunar Arc. Going in. Huh. Take this. On guard. Huh. Huh. That's it. Switch to offense. Here goes. Lunar Arc. Tiger Blade. Lunar Arc. Look sharp. Huh. One more. Tiger, I'm ready. Tiger Blade. No chance! I'm done. I won't fight just for the sake of it. I'll do my best! Denied! On guard! Huh. No chance! You're open! Look sharp! Guardian Field! Tiger Blade! Guardian Field! Alright, let me at him! Alright, let me at him! Ready to go! Tiger Blade! Switch to offense! Here goes! Enough! Lunar Arc! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher! Light up the dark! I'm ready to go! I'm ready to go! On guard! This one's no chance! Got you! On guard! Tiger Blade! Switch to offense! This one's mine! Here! Tiger Blade! Switch to offense! Light up the dark! Alright, let me at it! Tiger Blade! Lunar Arc! This one's mine! Lunar Arc! Ha! Tiger Blade! Enough! Tiger Blade! This one's mine! Tiger Blade! Guardian Field! I'm ready to go! One more! Look sharp! Huh! Switch to offense! How about this? Switch to offense! The power of light! I'm ready to go! Going in! How about this? Tiger Blade! Aw, too shy to come over? Here, let me help! Lunar Arc! No chance! Nice try! Look sharp! Tiger Blade! Here goes! Aw, too shy to come over? Here, let me help! I'm ready to go! This one's mine! Plenty left! Take this! On guard! Lunar Arc! Going in! Plenty left! On guard! Tiger Blade! Light up the dark! Tiger Blade! This one's mine! Tiger Blade! How about this? Tiger Blade! This one's mine! Plenty left! Ugh. On guard! Look sharp! Ah! Light up the dark! I'm ready to go! That's it! Going in! Tiger Blade! Here goes! Shield and mace! Plenty left! Plenty left! That's it! Going in! Whew. Tiger Blade! Aw, too shy to come over? Here, let me help! One more! Lunar Arc! On guard! Whew. Whew. On guard! Ha! Ha! Lunar Arc! Going in! Whew. Tiger Blade! Switch to offense! Tiger! How about this? This one's mine! Lunar Arc! Tiger Blade! Aw, too shy to come over? I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher! Look sharp! This one's mine! Alright, let me at him! Ha! Tiger Blade! Shield and mace! Tiger Blade! This one's mine! Ha! Take this! On guard! Going in! Shield and mace! Light up the dark! I'm ready to go! Shield and mace! Tiger Blade! Here goes! Aw, too shy to come over? Shield and mace! Tiger Blade! Hook! Going in! Plenty left! Denied! Look sharp! Ha! Lunar Arc! Guardian Field! I'm ready to go! Shield and mace! Tiger Blade! No chance! Switch to offense! Aw, too shy to come over? Shield and mace! Tiger Blade! Light up the dark! Alright, let me in. Aw, too shy to come over? Here, let me help. Lunar Arc! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher! Going in! No chance! Too slow! Lunar Arc! Whew. Tiger Blade! Shield and Mace! No chance! How about this? Shield and Mace! Here goes! Shield and Mace! Tiger Blade! Dispose of the trash. I never miss. Primed and ready. Sighted. One more. Magna Ray. Here I go. One more. Sighted. Got you. Magna Ray. Magna Ray. That'll bring you down. Magna Ray! There! Go! It's over! Magna Ray! You're open! Now! One more! Magna Ray! You're mine! How's this? I'm only getting started! Here I go! One more! Magna Ray! Magna Ray! Here I go! One more! Magna Ray! Huh. Let the marksman handle this! I never miss! Magna... It's over! Magna Ray! This one's mine! First... Where are you going? Magna Ray! Magna Ray! Eat dirt! Magna Ray! That'll bring you down! Magna Ray! Here, let me help. First aid! This one's mine! There! That'll bring you down! Huh! 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 Magna Ray! Huh! Go! Magna Ray! Eat dirt! I never fit! Magna Ray! Who wants to die next? Here, let me help. First aid! Magna Ray! Magna Ray! Magna Ray! Magna Ray! Here's a healing art! First aid! This is it! You're open! Got you! You're mine! Magna Ray! If it's in the sky, it's mine! That'll bring you down! Magna! There! And again! It's over! Magna Ray! Magna Ray! Magna Ray! Now! One more! It's over! Magna Ray! Think again! Take it! There! Magna Ray! Magna Ray! Who wants to die next? Here, let me help. First aid! Here's a healing art! First aid! Think again! Pathetic! This one's mine! Magna Ray! Magna Ray! There! Go! I'm only getting started! Magna Ray! No more playing nice! I'm only getting started! Magna Ray! I never fit! Magna Ray! Here, let me help! First aid! Magna Ray! Primed and ready! I never fit! Magna Ray! Take it! And again! Take it! Go! I'm only getting started! Take it! How's this? I'll bring you back from Death's Abyss! Magna Ray! Magna Ray! Take it! Got you! There! Got you! Magna Ray! Eat dirt! One more! Magna Ray! Sighted! Got you! That'll bring you down! Take it! Got you! Magna Ray! One more! Magna Ray!
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
Where should I cast my line?
We've reached our destination.
Well, it's the moment of truth.
This lady better hold together once we're up in the air.
Law, don't say that! You're going to jinx us!
Speaking of which, Alphen, this bucket of bolts got a name?
A name? You know, I'm not sure she ever had one. I never really thought about it.
Well, after all the trouble we went through to find her, we should give her one, right? I was thinking something like...
Fall Knights.
Huh?
It means owl in the ancient tongue. Literally, the one drawn to the skies.
I like it. Sounds perfect for our little escapade.
Not sure I'm completely convinced, but... well, it's as good a name as any. From now on, she'll be known as the Fall Knights.
Okay, people. We have 2 goals. First, we need to get to Lenegis and make the Renans finally leave Dana alone. And then, we need to figure out the truth behind Shionne's thorns and find a way to save her. Sound good? All right, then let's go.
You know, I can still hardly believe it.
Believe what?
I mean, just look at it. The whole of existence, crammed inside a tiny frame.
Now that you mention it, I guess you're right. It does look more like a painting than a living, breathing world.
From up here, all the struggles we've been through feel so insignificant.
Nothing like realizing how small you are to put everything into perspective. Kinda makes the differences between the Renans and the Danans feel pretty small too, huh?
How much longer until we reach Lenegis?
There are better ways to use your time than napping. We should take a moment to familiarize ourselves with the facilities on board before arrival.
Good idea. The starship may end up serving as our base of operations once we're down there. Think you'll be all right with the controls?
You mean the one set to automatic pilot? I dare say I'll manage. I'm basically just here to supervise.
In that case, she's all yours.
Everything okay, Shionne? You seem a little different.
Different? Like in a bad way different?
No, not at all.
Is something wrong?
We'll be going to Lenegis soon.
This must feel like a homecoming.
Hey, Alphen, listen to this! So Law and I were just talking and...
Hey, shut up!
What's got Law all flustered?
Only that he's afraid of flying, the big baby.
Hey, I never said I was scared. I just think it's, you know, a little unsettling how we're going to be cruising.
It's a starship, dummy. That's what it's supposed to do. I don't think there's anything strange about it.
Well, maybe you're the one with the problem then.
Guys. I'm no expert, but I think we can trust Renan technology. It got me to Dana in one piece, remember?
Oh, that's a good point. If you think so, Alphen, it must be okay.
Hard to argue with that, seeing how you hitched a ride in one of these things before, Alphen.
You okay? Feeling airsick?
Actually, now that you mention it, not at all. These starships are a remarkably smooth ride, all things considered. Nothing like being at sea, thank goodness.
Glad to hear it. That device there caught your eye, huh?
I was just wondering what it is. It looks big enough to fit a person inside of it.
It's a healing pod. It fixes injuries and illnesses.
Oh, you don't say. That should definitely come in handy if any of us get injured while we're down there. Alphen? Was it something I said?
No, I was just thinking back to when I escaped Lenegis, that's all. Naori laid me inside here.
So, you're saying you got in this thing straight after escaping? But that'd mean... you were inside for 300 years?
Yes, it sounds crazy, I know. But don't even ask me why I stayed asleep all that time.
That's definitely quite some lie-in, all right. But still, whether you meant to or not, I sure am glad that it's this century that you finally woke up in.
What do you mean?
With the amount of fighting we've done, we would have never made it this far without you. Alphen, can you recall back to what it is that I said to you? Back...
Of course. That's why you came with us, right?
Even in that time, I was well aware that what I was living was a lie. But at the same time, I also felt really compelled. I'll always remember him fondly. But the coexistence we're fighting for isn't for him. It's for people now. The world's bigger than just Menancia. My dream is for all Dahnans. If I've learned anything on this journey, it's that. And the one who brought me along was you, Alphen. I'll forever be grateful to you.
Well, we're not out of this forest just yet. You should probably save your thanks. At least, until we've dealt with the Red Woman.
I know. But whatever we find when we get down there, I'm through looking the other way.
Kisara.
Probably getting a little ahead of myself, huh? Let's take things one step at a time.
Is everyone about ready? We'll soon be making preparations to land.
Before we do that, just what exactly should we expect when we get down there?
Kisara has a point. Now that I think of it, I don't know the first thing about Lenegis.
I'd like to hear more too. It's been centuries since I was last there, and they didn't exactly give me the grand tour.
Very well. First and foremost, Lenegis is... what? Of course, its social structure is based on a strict hierarchy.
Enough to determine someone's social rank, you mean? But astral arts are innate, right?
They can be honed with the right training, and there are admittedly other factors at play. As a result, family lines that churn out lords and their contenders wield disproportionate influence, and those lineages are treated as nobility.
Those capable of only weak astral arts are effectively an underclass, denied the right to descend to Dahna even if they wanted to. Still, even the lowest rung on the Renan ladder is considered superior to being a Dahnan. Keep that in mind down there.
Thanks for the warning. As a lord, Dohalim must have been pretty high up in the pecking order, right?
Come on, you've seen her skill with astral arts. You really need to ask?
Fair.
On arts alone, you're right. I'd have been sitting pretty. But you're forgetting my thorns. They weren't exactly an invitation to high society.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's refreshing to be around someone who says what they're thinking. Life's less complicated that way.
Jeez, give backhanded compliments much?
Wait a second. Are you? He is! Lost blushing!
I am not!
Of course, separating people into castes based on something arbitrary like arts is discrimination at its worst. As if such simplistic criteria could ever be a measure of someone's worth.
So this Red Woman, are we expecting to find her on Lenegis?
I would wager so. Lenegis is too deeply involved in all this to discard the possibility. Chances are she's also connected to the Renis Alma being stolen from us in Pelegion.
If the Renis Alma is being used to exploit Dana, we need to take it back at all costs.
That Red Woman's got a lot to answer for. Just as well I've got a ton of questions.
We're about to land. The descent could be a little bumpy, so brace yourselves.
If there are clues about your thorns out there, Shion, we'll find them. There's no one here. I wasn't expecting a welcome mat, but still.
Lenegis's infrastructure is largely automated. Besides, people won't be expecting incoming traffic while the crown contest is still underway.
Do you think anyone realizes that we're here?
We may not have received a royal welcome, but I doubt our entrance went unnoticed. Don't let your guard down.
I really hope we don't have to fight anybody while we're here.
So now what? We've come all this way on a hunch that this Red Woman is here, right? And if we're lucky, the Renis Alma too. Any idea where we should start looking?
There is an area of the city that is accessible only to the Sovereigns, known as the Forbidden Zone. That seems as good a place as any for us to start.
Forbidden? What are they hiding?
I don't know, hence my desire to find out. Fortunately, we just so happen to have a Sovereign in our midst. In any case, changing the shape of a huge structure such as Lenegis would have required an immense source of power.
Then you think that source might have been the Renis Alma?
Precisely. Alphen said that he remembered the Renis Alma being used in the spirit channeling ceremony 3 centuries ago. Whatever the ceremony's purpose, if preparations are underway for it to be held once more, then the Renis Alma might be in the same place as last time, possibly together with the Red Woman. Hiding something of that worth in the residential quarters would only court trouble. In which case...
It stands to reason we should be looking somewhere normally out of bounds. Is that it?
Indeed.
But it's been over 300 years since I was made a Sovereign. You can't seriously think I'll be able to waltz right into the place after all this time.
There's only one way to find out. If there's even a chance you can get us in, I say we give it a shot.
Shion's right. Who knows? We might even find a clue to her thorns while we're at it.
All right. It's not like we're swimming in leads, so let's try to track down the Forbidden Zone. Beyond that...
Thinking about what could...
What in the world?
This being Renan territory, I was prepared for a lot of things to look different. But this is a bit more than I anticipated.
The very foundations of the city have shifted. What could have caused this?
When Lenegis changed shape, it must have had an effect on the interior, too.
Maybe when they sent the wedge down to Dana?
But they wouldn't move around the places where people live. These are their homes, right?
I would think the citizens themselves didn't have much say in the matter. Either way, locating the Forbidden Zone just became that much trickier.
Dohalim? Is that you?
Avakir, I'm glad to see you're well.
So it is you! But why are you here? Shouldn't you be down on Dana participating in the crown contest? And these people!
So you haven't heard what happened on Dana, then?
Heard what?
Someone you know?
An old friend.
Hey, Dohalim, don't tell me you've started keeping company with...
They're with me. More importantly, what's happened here?
I'm really not sure. The city's foundations began to shift without warning, and now everything looks like this. We're all waiting for the Sovereign to tell us what's happening, but so far...
Avakir, listen to me. We're looking for the Forbidden Zone. Do you have any idea where we might find it?
The Forbidden Zone? What business could you possibly have there?
Trust me. The less you know, the better.
You're just the same as ever. I wish I could help, but what with the changed topography, I can barely locate my own home. Let alone the Forbidden Zone.
Very well. It looks like we'll have to find the way there ourselves.
Have you seen Faria yet?
No.
I see. Well, nothing much has changed with her. If anything, she's probably even more...
I can well imagine.
Why did you come back? You know it can only result in pain for you both.
I've no doubt of that.
You really are the same as ever. Fine, I understand. Just don't say I didn't warn you. And take care of yourself. Okay, Do?
So who's Faria?
Law?
If what Avakir said is true, it would seem the people of Lenegis are being kept...
They seem to be just as clueless about what's going on up here in their own world. Despite the fact that it's actually here that the wedge originally came from.
We need more information. Let's talk to the citizens.
While we're at it, we can ask them about the Red Woman, too.
And don't forget about finding the way to the Forbidden Zone.
Let's leave the talking to Shion. We can't have a bunch of Danans poking their nose.
Good idea. I think that's for the best.
I shall assist.
You sure?
Being a lord on Lenegis has its advantages.
Right. Then we'll leave it to you two. The Danans among us should probably keep our heads...
What could be so important?
So...
Everything will be okay now.
I know the basics of healing arts, but my skills pale in comparison.
Oh, dear me. What an unspeakable mess this has all become. Just look at the state of our city. Even the Zeugles have stopped heeding our commands. Whatever did we do to deserve this?
You really have no clue what might have caused this?
Would that I have. Alas, there was no warning, no prior decree. His Highness must have deemed it unnecessary for us to know. We have no choice but to grin and bear it. But do my eyes deceive me? Could I really be standing in the presence of his lordship, Dohalim of the House Ilkaris? I believed he was on Dana.
Your eyes do not deceive you. It is I, one and the same. I have returned to fulfill a special duty, the details of which I cannot divulge.
As your lordship wishes. First Lenegis mutates beyond recognition, now this unexpected visit. The Sovereign's plans are inscrutable indeed. The Ilkaris house has produced a great many lords over the centuries. I shall be praying for your victory in the latest crown contest.
Your good wishes do me an honor.
Your lordship! Oh, what a great honor it is to finally meet you. I descended to Dana during the last crown contest also. Alas, when the contender I was backing failed to clinch the title, I returned. I witnessed the deaths of so many slaves.
Indeed.
Sorry to interrupt, but we're looking for a woman dressed all in red. Have you seen anyone of that description?
All red, eh? No, I can't say I remember anyone like that. I imagine she'd stand out somewhat, too.
Yeah. What about down on Dana during the crown contest? You didn't see anyone like that hanging around the lord you were serving?
What's with all these questions? I've never seen her, okay? Not recently or otherwise. Why do you want to find her anyway?
Never mind. Forget I asked. Sorry to take up your time. Is everything okay? You look a little lost.
Oh, yes. I can't seem to find my way home, is all. I was just about to make my umpteenth attempt at a new route.
I was hoping to head this way myself. The situation is a real pain, huh?
I suppose the Sovereign knows best. I daren't stay here too long, though. A lower caste can only linger around these parts for so long before I outstay my welcome. I was hoping to avoid it, but maybe I'll have to go that way after all.
You mean you know another way round?
Lord Dohalim Ilkaris! But how? Last I heard, you were in Dana competing in the crown contest.
Yes, strange, isn't it? If you know another route, we'd be grateful if you could tell us.
But of course. Please forgive me. There's a wall that sprung up ahead of here, with what looks to be an entrance in it. I thought maybe it was a passageway between the different quarters, but I've no way of knowing for sure.
It's worth investigating, at least. I shall go and assess the situation. In the meantime, wait for me here. If it looks safe, I'll come and let you know.
You'd really do that for me? A lord troubling himself for someone of my lowly status?
Our lot in life is of little consequence. We are both Renan, first and foremost.
Oh, why yes, my lord. Thank you.
Well, we've canvassed the city for information.
No one has the faintest idea what's happened to the city after all.
You'd think that info would easily find its way up here.
Not to this extent, which would indicate that something's suppressing the truth. That Lenegis is under some kind of control.
Given everything that's happened to their city, the people here seem weirdly okay with it all.
Yeah, that one guy even said Zoogle had stopped listening to him. If that's true, these people are in big trouble.
Everything that happens here is attributed to the Sovereign's will. It's the way people have been conditioned. Their belief runs deep. Nothing happens devoid of a reason. To them, it's all part of the Sovereign's grand plan.
The Sovereign's plan. There is one thing I'm still not sure about. Just who is this person ruling over Lenegis?
The Sovereign, of course. He rules from Rena while presiding over both Rena and Lenegis.
Without the lords or anyone in the middle doing his dirty work? Isn't Rena at least the same size as Dana? That's a pretty big dominion for one person to rule over. I would have thought ruling Lenegis alone would be difficult enough.
The points you make are valid, though I confess I'd never given it much thought before. Here, the Sovereign's total authority is as natural as night turning to day. Come to think of it, I know nothing of the nature of how Rena itself is. Shion, have you ever been... No, forgive me. Have you met or crossed paths with, or even heard of someone who's actually...
No, I haven't.
Neither have I. In which case, I would imagine that... But no.
Hold up, what are you...
Assuming what I believe to be correct, it's possible that no one on Lenegis has ever laid eyes on the actual Renan homeworld itself.
But what about trade and communication? There's got to be a flow back and forth.
Not if the Sovereign is imposing his will on Lenegis single-handedly.
But I thought you said that the Sovereign's all the way over on Rena. If that's the case, can he really rule directly over Lenegis? What if something were to happen to the city, like now?
I'm beginning to wonder what the nature of this Sovereign even is. Alphen said he was forced into the role, right? Just before the ceremony. But Sovereign is also the title given to the almighty Renan ruler. So which one is it?
Whoever wins the crown contest inherits the throne from his or her predecessor, before becoming ruler over all of Rena and Lenegis. Thereafter, that individual is known as the Sovereign. Though, it would appear that the current ruler has gone silent. As for how Volron factors into all this, at this point, I no longer know what to believe.
3 centuries ago, I became the Sovereign here on Lenegis. No, not just became, I was forced to. 300 years later, we crossed paths with Volron, who also bears the Sovereign's crest. That's not the only thing we have in common. We both became Sovereign without winning the crown contest.
Do you think Volron was made Sovereign for the same reason? Because of that ceremony?
I can't say for sure, but it certainly sounds like it.
But that would mean that 2 Sovereigns would need to exist at any one time. One whose job it is to... We never did see Volron's body back in Ganath Haros. Is a new ceremony underway with Volron at its center this time? Could that be what's causing all this strange activity here?
Wait a second. You don't think Volron and the Red Woman are working together, do you? The ceremony can't go forward without the Renis Alma. The same one that the Red Woman stole.
There's something else the ceremony needs. A maiden. And unless there's another one out there aside from me...
Questions, questions, and yet more questions. Ones that it seems will remain unanswered until we can establish the Sovereign's identity.
If the Forbidden Zone really is off-limits to everyone but the Sovereign, that seems as good a place as any to start.
Then it's decided. That's where we need to go.
One of the citizens mentioned a passage that she thought might lead to another section of the city. Let's go find it! I didn't realize Renan's...
With nobody left, I mean...
But only...
Even if the
I wonder what they'd think. Impulsive? Now that I think...
Well, yeah, to us...
It feels...
Yeah.
If you're that curious about them, every lord, and luckily for us, the people...
Tell me, Dope. Halim?
And what skill would...
You know, when you're talking to people around town.
I'm afraid I don't...
I guess she intended to spread it throughout all of Lenegis then.
Good thing the lines were down so she couldn't.
It almost sounded like she was praising them, too.
Maybe there was more to the guy than at first glance.
I shall refrain from commenting.
What?
Ganabelt was so horrible to people, yet he was invested in helping Rena succeed. Doesn't that seem just a little inconsistent?
I'm perhaps biased in this matter, I admit. However, in my mind, while all lords vie to become the next sovereign, they're also meant to serve.
Yes! Yes!
Falstaff had it in him to care about someone other than himself? Really?
It's possible. A change in position can do much to alter one's perspective.
So even he might have had something he wanted to protect. This area doesn't look as badly damaged as that other district we went through.
Indeed.
Pardon me.
guess her willingness to stoop to any low came from a survival of the fittest worldview.
And some people here not only shared her belief, but championed it as morally right, too.
That doesn't make it true. Too bad they couldn't see through her.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Okay. Ah!
It seems like the people on Lenegis don't really know much about Volron either.
I remember being quite surprised when the Lord of Ganeth Haros changed so abruptly.
Didn't you have any doubts that something suspicious was going on?
On the contrary. Remember, we Renans are raised to accept everything at face value.
When you think about it, the families of Renan lords must...
Yeah, despite the brutality
They must have had a lot on their shoulders. Carrying all...
Renans live in a world where strength and power determine their position in the but their loyalty to their people is also strong. It's what brings them together against...
That's what makes them the guardians of all of Renner.
Right. It's the same reason Balsif hated my...
Guess that makes you an even bigger oddball than we thought.
So, Alphen, have you gained anything from all of this?
Yeah. I think it's made me realize that the Lords, Balsif and the others, they all had their own circumstances to deal with as they went through life.
Yeah, but still, just because they had loved ones and...
I know. But at the same time, they weren't incomprehensible, so I guess...
You're saying that they weren't bad because they were Renans, even if they did terrible things?
Rinwell.
Am I wrong?
Not at all.
Being a Dahnan doesn't make you a good person. And being a Renan doesn't make you a bad... I think that's something we've all seen.
Shionne and Dohalim definitely make a good...
And I'm going to keep doing my best to make sure I earn that trust.
There's something I just don't get.
What is it?
The crown contest itself has always gone at... In which case, the current sovereign of Rena should be whoever it was that...
Yeah, that...
So, who was it then?
Hanfrikt Milgrath, the former lord of Cyslodia, if memory serves.
So then this Hanfrikt whatchamacallem, he's the current ruler of Rena?
The last I heard, yes. Though, admittedly, I haven't actually seen him since the end of the previous contest.
You're saying that ever since becoming sovereign, he's never actually shown himself on Lenegis?
I guess over Holocom maybe, but not in the flesh. Same thing goes for the sovereign that came before.
Now that you mention it, I don't recall anyone ever visiting Lenegis from the motherland, sovereign or...
And that never struck you as a little bit odd?
When you live here, it's as if you're conditioned not...
A new Renis Alma is supposedly created to coincide with every crown contest, meaning each victor... In other words, if that's true, there should be as many of the things out there as there have been contests.
True, but going on what we witnessed in Pelagian, it didn't look like the sort of thing that could be made to order. But if even the victor's speeches have been part of some grand deception, then where are they? Quite frank...
You and me both. Though we are Renan by blood, Neither of us even knew that such a thing as a Dark Master Core existed.
With any luck, the Forbidden Zone might give us some answers.
No use standing around here chatting about it then.
Doe?
Faria.
Varia? Isn't that the person that Avakir guy was...
But why are you here? Wait. Don't tell me you've given up on the crown contest and come crawling back home from Dana already. Nothing to say? Even though you were willing to kill Tarnigan to secure your position as Lord, you still... Kill?
I'm here to take care of something. If you wish to continue this conversation, I only ask that you wait until I'm finished.
Oh, of course. You always did prefer to take the coward's way out. Even after 7 years and living on that Dahnan rock, you haven't changed one bit. But let me tell you, I haven't changed either. Not a day's gone by the past 7 years that I haven't hated you.
If killing me will bring you peace, then so be it.
Dohalim, what the hell are you saying?
First, I have business to take care of. If it's vengeance you seek, I will grant you it. But you must wait. My sins are legion. Let me finish what I came to do. Then you have my word. I will let you do whatever brings you peace.
Sure, that's it. Run away like always. You don't even have the courage to die. No wonder you leave it to someone else. You're just a coward!
Dohalim.
I apologize that you had to witness that.
Is it true? What she said about you killing someone?
Each of us have our pasts. I am no exception.
Before, back in Menancia, you mentioned having taken a friend's life over the throne. Is that what she meant?
The mistakes I made there were not my first, and may not be my last. I will say no more.
Did you mean what you said? About letting her take your life if she wanted to?
She has more right to my life than anyone.
But you can't just...
Whatever happens, I have sworn to put an end to the crown contest, and to ensure continued coexistence in Menancia. I have no intention of expiring before I do so. There are far too many questions I still seek answers to. Besides, you have just as much reason to kill me as she does.
Dohalim!
Forgive me. Some things are best left unsaid.